Hey UConn Nation, it's KK Arnold here. If you're looking for the latest UConn women's basketball content, go subscribe to Listen Up to Phil and Ryan. Go Huskies!
Phil and Rye on Listen Up. And Rye, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday, April 27th, as the off-season continues for the national champion UConn Huskies. Hey, Ryan, I want to take the time to thank each and every one of you. Obviously, we love you all. We appreciate you all a lot. Like, comment, and subscribe. Rye, very emotional. I want to take the time. I know it's a basketball podcast. I had to congratulate him just for a brief second. Everybody, do me a favor, show your love for my good friend. Never thought I would tell you this one, Ryan. Ruben Hippolyte, who Ryan was even aware before I was, mind you. Ryan sent me the text, and I know you wanted to congratulate him, Ryan, on your part. Ruben Hippolyte, a Maryland, a UMD Terp, and one of my good friends, just got drafted by the Chicago Bears yesterday. I looked up, and whose name do I see other than Ruben Hippolyte on the bottom of the TV screen?
Yeah, congratulations. A really, really special moment for everybody that got drafted. But yeah, I've never met him, but I've heard I've heard a lot of great things about him. So I'm wishing all the best for his journey now in the NFL. And yeah, very exciting time for him. You know, it's of course it's hard to get drafted in any professional sport. So all the best to him. Congrats. I know it's a lot of hard work and determination, but yeah, wish him all the best now with Chicago.
All right, thank you, KK. It's Phil and Ryan. Listen up. Let's go ahead and focus on UConn Huskies women's basketball. I know Ryan is probably asking, what's the topic for today, Phil? Well, Ryan, I figured I would draw up something interesting here. Outside of Sarah, Miss Sarah, we know what Sarah brings to the table, right? I wanted to talk to you about these three. Ashlyn Shade, which she excels her in her excellent three-point shooting, and she's only getting better. Jana Al-Alfie heated up toward the end of the season into March Madness. And then you have the Energizer. What do you call it? The Energizer Bunny? The Energizer machine. KK Arnold, who brings that energy off the bench. These three players for UConn, Rye. These three players for UConn. Which one is it? Comment away. We can't wait to hear everybody tell us which one is it that will have a breakout season? Which one is prime for a breakout season? And I know the easy answer is, I'm sure, Ryan, you want to hear this. All three of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was actually just gonna say that it's probably all three of them. Yeah, I got some things written down here. I'm gonna give you a couple reasons why, but yeah, I'm excited for this one. We decided we'd make our own topic and talk about these three tremendous players for next season who have great upside. But I wanted to start with KK Arnold entering her third season already. She's already been named as a top dog. That was our last episode. Already been named as a top dog this offseason. Her freshman season, she came in. We didn't really know what her expectations were, but we started to have a handful of injuries with the UConn Huskies, and KK was kind of put into the starting lineup, and she really thrived in that role. I think that gave her a lot of confidence and experience. And now we did see this past season her minutes per game dipped about 10 minutes. But I think that had a lot to do with the fully healthy roster and Caitlin Chen coming over. But I'm fully expecting KK to be a starter next season and be one of the leading voices on this team. And now Ashlyn Shade, she's had a similar role for UConn. She also got put into the starting rotation in her freshman year with KK. Ash has also done a tremendous job. We saw her hot hand and three-point shooting abilities, and we've also seen her defensive aggression, especially this year. Every time she came into the game, she let her presence be known. So for Ash this season, this upcoming season, I also think starting lineup, and she will be one of the main scoring threats for these UConn Huskies. And of course, last but not least, Jana El Alfie. Now I think Jana, of course, entering her sophomore year. Last season, she was coming off that injury and she managed to play in every game this year, mostly in the starting lineup, but at certain times off the bench when she was struggling at certain points during the season. But I do think towards the end there, we really saw Jana gain some confidence. She looked a lot more comfortable out there, and she really did have a great Final Four game in a couple of those season-ending games there. So I think she definitely has some things to work on in the off season, like staying out of foul trouble, becoming a better scoring threat in the post, working on some of those moves down there. But I also expect her to be next to Sarah in the starting five and have a big role next season. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching all three of these players expand their roles on this team, and I can't wait to see what all of them work on during the off season.
Yeah, again, we had that episode about Sarah Strong. So again, this is stepping outside of Sarah Strong because we already know what she brings. She's primed every year for a breakout. But yeah, we figure we talk about these three because Ryan, we're seeing a glimpse, right? A glimpse of Ashlyn Shade, Jana Al-Alfie, and KK Arnold, of course, all three. But we know they all three can bring even more, right? And we're just wondering which one, in your all's opinion, breaks out first, and which position, maybe which player is it most important, to break out. All three, we get it, but Rye, I mean, maybe all three are very important and contribute well to the team, but maybe there's just one name that you're like, yeah, she's got to step it up, or else, bad news. Let's go over to comments, Rye, your favorite part of the show. Just Me said, congrats to KK for Top Dog Award. Well deserved.
Yeah, it's very well deserved. I'm glad she got that too. I'm glad she performed well at the Kelsey Plum camp, and I think that gives her even more confidence in this off season that some of her hard work is starting to pay off. And of course, it paid off being a national champion now. But I think this gives her even more confidence to work harder during the off season, try to run it back this next season. And like I said, I think she started to develop into a kind of a leadership role this past season on the team. But I think even more of that it's going to show up when she hopefully gets the opportunity to be in that starting lineup this year.
How about Renetke fan, Rye? We appreciate them a lot. Great job, boys. As usual, you're one of my favorite channels when it comes to UConn Huskies news. Believe me, I know what is running a YouTube channel is like. That's great news about KK Arnold. To me, she should have been the MVP this past season, and she contributed so much. I don't think that they would have won the championship without her. Another news. What's this? I hear about Aubrey Griffin not starting training camp right away as they're supposedly taking the better players first. Seems like a big waste of time to me. Maybe she belongs somewhere else. What do you guys think about it? Thanks again for your hard work and have a great day.
Yeah, that's interesting on Aubrey. I didn't actually see that, but I wonder if it's any because of her leg injury. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully she's back and fully healthy. And of course we're hoping she has a good season with Minnesota and stays there as she's already with three or four former UConn Husky players. But I'll have to read up on that and see if I can find anything about that. But hopefully Aubrey gets to have a good training camp and is able to stay with the team during the regular season. We know that's pretty hard to do in itself to not only get drafted but then actually earn your spot on that starting roster.
How about Jason D'Amico? He said KK was an instrumental part of the championship win this year. Every team is now going to plan their offenses trying to avoid her fury. Good luck with that. Peace. And then he goes on to say, Rye, oh, P.S. Did you see Paige trying to put on that cowboy hat? Laughing my butt off. Dallas has no idea what they are in for with Paige. She is going to turn that city upside down, and I am so here for it. Peace. Oh, and hey, that's a good point, Rod. Believe it or not, winning or losing, it doesn't matter. Some players have it in them. They can. It's very tough to do, right? They can draw a crowd even if they're in last place.
Yeah, it's very true. I think I did see that video. Yeah, I think Paige brings a lot of great things to Dallas, and of course, it's not only her basketball abilities, but I think just her personality, the way she carries herself off the court. I think it's going to be really good for Dallas and that city, and hopefully kind of elevate the Wings a little bit and put them at the top of the standings for the next couple years, and hopefully for the future as well. But yeah, KK, I think KK and Ashland, especially both of them this season, like I said, hopefully in the starting lineup. But I think both of them, in terms of the defensive side of things, they're both so aggressive. They both bring the energy. So I think that's something a lot of us should be looking forward to whenever we're playing the other team. I think they're really gonna bring the energy, and I think the opposing teams are gonna have a hard time dealing with that.
How about Sanctuary Garden Living, Rye? I said, yeah, KK, we love you. Love you too, Phil and Ryan. And then Gary Saint, Rye, he said, I am a subscriber and constant listener. I appreciate what you do.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you as well, and we see all of you guys, new comments and all the likes and all the new subscribers as well. So again, I appreciate all of you.
And here's to the end of April. A cheers to you, Rye, as we approach May. And I will see you hopefully one more time before April. But if not, we will see all of your beautiful faces right back here in the month of May. Flip the calendar, Phil and Rye on Listen Up.